Welcome to another video from EarnPED.com. I am StevieB. Today we are on the Mothership Cronin. This is about the fifth time I've tried to record this video, guys, and I keep having problems, so I'm going to just try and rush through it. So today I want to talk about how to get low-cost crafting skills, low-cost defense skills, and even free defense skills from doing vehicle repairing. So we're on the Mothership Cronin. Big shout out to Granny. So let me explain how this works. For 2 hours a day during 0 game time and 0200 game time, the ship is doing warps around the universe, paying customers, picking them up, dropping them off, so on and so forth. The other 22 hours a day, as long as we have a pilot and repair crew, we run repair missions. We do this literally 20 to 22 hours a day, and it happens almost every day of the week. Very, very, very rarely do we not have a pilot and not have crew. We've almost always got them. So what happens is you'll notice I've got these 4 little bars on my left sticking out that say command center, reactor, hangar, and propulsion. They're like little health bars right over here. So imagine you're a hunter taking damage and you've got somebody healing you. Well, in this instance, the mothership is the hunter, we are the healers, and space mobs are doing the damage. So there's a pilot flying, space mobs attack the ship takes damage, these health bars go down, and then we repair it, and these health bars go back up. Keeps the ship from blowing up. So what do we need? We need an RK5 repair tool, and we also need welding wire. Now, welding wire is a stackable, but it is not lootable. So you don't have to worry about bringing it to space. In fact, regardless of how you get to space, you need to carry welding wire and repair tools on you in case you get attacked by a space mob or another player. So at least welding wire and an RK5 if you plan a trip to space, even in a personal vehicle. So what happens is once that repair run is done for the day, or I'm sorry, once the VIP or scheduled warps, I should say, are done for the day, and that 2-hour window closes, we start our repair runs. The pilot goes out, takes damage, we equip our RK5s, and we start burning welding wire. Now, if you've seen my other videos, you know that skills gained is directly tied to PED cycled, right? So notice I've got my systems tab here where you guys can see it. You guys will notice that as I'm repairing the ship, I'm occasionally going to be awarded skill points. Now, the main one you're going to get is Vehicle Structural Engineer. My VSE is level 70. Fact right there, Vehicle Repairing Skill. Just got awarded some. So whenever I go to my professions, my Vehicle Structural Engineer profession is level 40. And then you'll notice all my other construction or crafting skills, most of them are between level 16 and level 19. They're in a pretty tight group. Got a couple 22s, a 23, and 24, and then VSE 40. Well, why is that? Well, whenever you do these repair runs, whenever you hit level 10 VSE, you unlock Blueprint Comprehension, which is a skill. Once you've got it unlocked, you continue repairing, and you will start getting awarded Blueprint Comprehension skill points. Blueprint Comprehension, the skill, is involved in virtually every crafting profession it is. So as you grow that skill, as you get more and more of those points for repairing, you're going to see your crafting professions grow, right? And notice they tend to grow pretty well in unison. Now there's a few other crossover skills that you get that apply a little bit more to VSE, a little bit more here, a little bit less there. But in general, your VSE is going to be the highest, and then all your other crafting skills should be in a pretty tight-knit group. So the reason this is important is it is by far the cheapest way to get crafting skills in-game. You cannot just sit at a crafting machine and craft basic filters all day and expect to get anywhere. First of all, you're going to lose money hand over fist because you're not going to have the right blueprint, you're not going to understand crafting, and you're crafting something nobody wants, but you also don't have skills. You would have to spend literally tens of thousands of dollars to craft your way to the skills that I have. Now, you could just go get skill chips. The problem there is it's going to cost you several $1,000s, maybe not tens of thousands, but several thousand, because of the fact that you're going to have to get chips of all different sorts to make your professions kind of mix and match. By doing it this way, you keep everything in a tight little group. If I want to go make mining amps, I can. If I want to go make a couple of rifles and pistols, swords, knives, I can. If I want to go craft some armor, I can. Damage enhancers, not a problem. Because everything's in that tight little grouping, and my professional levels are all close together, there's very, very few things I cannot craft. And even those I'll be able to craft in the very, very near future at this rate. So Keeping in line with that, I've actually moved on to the RK20 from the RK5. This is what I use most of the time. It is not as economical. It uses much more wire. If you look at the repairs it does versus the cost, it's way less. It decays way faster. An RK5, I think, lasts about 3.5 to 4.5 hours. An RK20 lasts about an hour, hour and a half, somewhere in there. It's just much more decay, much more welding wire, but I get more skill points in a shorter amount of time. That's what I'm after. Most people stick with the RK5 because they're not looking at a time constraint, they're looking at a money constraint, right? The RK5 is far and away the most economical way to do it. Once you get to like level 35, level 40 and beyond, the RK5, it just takes significantly longer to get the same amount of skills. That's why I moved on to the RK20. But you can do that. So now we know about the crafting skills that are involved, but what about these defense skills? Well, you guys know I'm a huge fan of defense skills, right? So here's the thing. Once you hit level 30 Vehicle Structural Engineer, you will unlock Serendipity. Now, you might have already locked this earlier if you hit level 30 in one of your hunting professions or something, but if not, once you hit level 30 Vehicle Structural Engineer, you unlock Serendipity. Once you unlock it, as you repair, you will get Serendipity points. Serendipity is 5% of Evader and Dodger. So 5% of those defense professions is based off how much Serendipity you have. So as you're repairing, once you hit level 30 BSE and unlock Serendipity, now not only are you growing your crafting skills, you're growing your defense skills at the same time. Yes, you're paying to do it, but it's still one of the cheapest ways in game to do it, and you're also doing it while you're growing those crafting skills, which are exceedingly valuable and have huge, huge, huge markups if you try and buy the chips off auction, right? So how does this lead to free defense skills? Well, if you join the Cronin crew and you start repairing and you're a good member and in good standing, once you hit level 25 Vehicle Structural Engineer, level 25 Vehicle Structural Engineer, you can go to Granny and say, Granny, I've been on the crew. I've done all my repairing here. Everybody seems to be in pretty good standing with me. I would like to apply to be a pilot. And you can apply to go through pilot training. You'll have other pilots that are more experienced that will take you out and teach you how to fly a mothership. You go through several different little test flights, and then eventually you'll graduate and you'll be a pilot on the Cronin. Once you become a pilot, you will actually be the one that can take the ship out and get the damage that the mobs are doing, which lowers the structural integrity of the ship. That allows the other repairers to repair and get their skills, right? When you do that, if you have unlocked Avoidance, which unlocks at level 25 Evader, Dodger, or Captain, you will start getting Avoidance skill points. Avoidance is also 5% of Dodger and Evader. So because I have Avoidance unlocked, now whenever I take the ship out and fly it and those mobs attack, I get Avoidance points. Once it's been attacked, I can come repair it, and now I'm getting Serendipity in my crafting skills, right? So it's win-win-win. I'm getting low-cost crafting skills, low-cost defense skills, and then when I pilot, I'm getting free defense skills. And when I'm getting those free defense skills, piloting, taking damage from the mobs, I'm getting other skills that are super, super valuable. Some of those skills, they've got pretty insane markups. We're talking 10, 12, 13,000% markup, and you can very, very rarely ever find them on auction because very, very few people have them. So one of the best things you can do in game to keep a well-balanced avatar, something you absolutely must do if you plan to do any serious crafting, is repair runs. I recommend the Cronin. Granny's always been good to me. It's a great crew. I'm happy to be here, happy to be a part of it. And you gotta remember, this is coming from the guy who's got a crush on Bonnie, and her husband own 2 motherships. So that's saying a lot that I'm here with Granny on the Cronin. The Cronin is kind of my second home away from home. Yes, Zacian is free to get defense, but guess what? It's not the only way to get free defense in game, guys. There's other ways, and there's ways to get very, very low-cost defense skills too. This is just one great example because it's such a wide diversity of very valuable skills that you're able to get all at the same time. So one thing that I do want to say is it is free to be a repairer on the Cronin during these repair runs. There is no charge. You are free to bring your own RK5s, RK20s, and welding wire. However, keep in mind that we're only able to do this because Granny allows us to, right? It's her ship, and she lets us use it free of charge. Only Granny official suppliers are allowed to sell on the Cronin. And you know what? Not everybody can afford it, but if you can afford it, every now and then, pick up some welding wire, pick up an RK5. I just picked up 2 RK20s right before I made this video. It's the least I can do to show Granny how much I really appreciate her providing this valuable service to the rest of us. If it wasn't for her and allowing this to happen, a lot of us wouldn't have the crafting skills that we have. It just would not be the same game without Granny. It just wouldn't. So her and the Cronin and everybody who makes the Cronin happen on a daily basis, big shout out to y'all. They've got their own website. I believe it's cronin-ms.com. Might be .org. I will get it. I'll put it down in the description of the video for you guys. I'll also put it in the comments if I can. But go there, check it out, read about it, learn a little bit more about the Cronin. We'd love to have you on board. I will try and shoot a follow-up video to this. If you guys have any questions, feel free to let me know. I had planned for this to be a much longer video, but because of all the issues I've had trying to shoot it 5 or 6 times now, I'm just going to leave it there. So that is how you can, should, and absolutely must get the lowest cost crafting skills in game, low cost defense skills, and even free defense skills. I highly encourage everybody that is going to seriously do any crafting, do this first. Build your blueprint comprehension, get those crafting skills up, hopefully unlock serendipity in the process. Keep in mind, guys, if you get to level 30 VSE and you unlock serendipity, you can still apply for pilot training at level 25 VSE even if you have not unlocked avoidance. You can unlock avoidance by hitting professional level 25 in Evader, Dodger, or Captain. So even if you haven't unlocked avoidance with Dodger or Evader, you could always hit level 25 VSE, become a pilot, captain the Cronin, and eventually unlock avoidance by hitting level 25 Captain simply from flying the mothership. I actually know 2 people who have done it. I'm sure there's more than that, but I know 2 personally. So guys, I've been StevieB with EarnPED.com. I hope this shows you a great way to diversify your skills fairly easily, making some new friends in the process. One last thought before I log off is, if you will notice, I am wearing my reload helmet. I also have my Ares ring on. The reason being is I have 13% faster reload with that combination of gear. That faster reload applies to how many uses per minute I get out of my repair tool. People think that reload is limited to how fast you swing a sword or how fast you shoot a rifle or a pistol. That's not true. It also applies to how fast you can use a FAP, how fast you can use a repair tool, how fast you can drop mining probes, how fast you can excavate. I'm sure you guys can probably hear Pixie Puppy. She's getting pretty upset with me that I'm still on here. So I am going to log off and leave it there. But again, I use that reload because I'm trying to get as much done in as short a time as possible. So guys, I've been StevieB with EarnPED.com. That has been Pixie Puppy with EarnPED.com. And we hope that you continue to learn and earn, and hope to see you on board soon.